What's up, guys? It's John Dominique, Prize Pictures, and today I want to do a camera roll review on a small batch of photos that I've taken here these past few weeks. It's been quite a while since I've done one of these videos, and I want to stay on top of it, and I want to stay on top of my photography. I've been trying to practice as much as I can, but the weather has been very overcast for the past few weeks, and not a lot of rain, but just a lot of overcast, and the sun is not really hitting the way I want it to. The light doesn't seem to be cooperating right now. That's okay, I'm still practicing, and there's been some changes since the last video I made. I actually got a new lens and I'm shooting on it right now. This is the Olympus 12-40 f2.8 Pro lens, and I'm enjoying it so far. And I'm not used to zoom lenses, but I think I want to continue to use this lens and see what it can do, and maybe do a review on it sometime in the future. But for now, I want to do a small batch of photos to do a camera roll review. And let's start with the first one. I was walking with a friend on a bridge, and this is when I took this photo. And there were some other objects in the water that we saw, but this is one of the pictures that I thought might be okay, because when I saw it, I saw the ridges in the water, and this is like a boat. And I thought to myself, the wake is highly contrasting to the deep dark color of the water, and I thought that would make a good picture because there's some ridges and there's some patterns there. And I cropped the photo a little bit and then turned it into a black and white. So I kind of like this photo. It's okay. It's not my best work, but this is just one of the better ones that I took on that day. And sometimes I go back through my photos and just see what I could use, what could be a potential photo, potentially good picture, even though when I took it I didn't think it was that great, or when I looked at it the next day I didn't think it was that great. Sometimes I still go back through my camera, the pictures that I saved, and just see what maybe there could be more things that I could do with some of the photos. And it's just an exercise in creative output and creativity. So that's photo number one. Photo number two, I was walking and I just got this EPL1 camera because I sold my EP3 for no good reason, and I bought an EPL1, which is a lot different and is not as good as the EP3, but the EPL1 is charming and I like it, and I like the way it carries and the way it handles. And the only problem with it though is that the date keeps, every time you turn it off, the date goes back to 2009, so you have to reset that clock every single time, and it's a kind of a pain in the butt, so I kind of don't want to shoot it all the time. But I was carrying that camera and the EPL1, and I had that 7 Artisans, I think it's the 18mm 6.3 UFO lens, and I was just out and about in a shopping plaza, and I came across a shopping cart, and the way the light was hitting through the shopping cart onto a wall, and I saw it, and I took a few photos. I did like maybe 10 or 12 photos, and this is one of the ones that I kind of liked. Turned it into a black and white, and I'm kind of proud of this photo. I had to sharpen it up a little bit because that lens isn't the sharpest, and it doesn't have very high contrast, but you could still get the basic idea of what you're trying to do across, which is, I think, is what's happening here. And this one came out okay. I mean, technically speaking, it's not the most pristine, cleanest photo, but it's, still gets the basic idea down. You can see the diagonals, the diagonal boxes, and the way the pattern is on the wall from the light on the shopping cart, and I just thought it was pretty cool looking. And the next photo was, I was walking, I was actually driving somewhere, and I saw this auto shop, kind of somewhere I've never been before, and then I saw like they have a whole parking lot, and that parking lot has some old classic cars in there. And I saw some cars, and I decided to, I drove past it, and then I decided to turn around because I had some time on my hands. So I turned around and went into the parking lot, and I parked there to that body shop or whatever auto shop was there. I went inside real quick, and I just talked to to the secretary or the person who was in the front. The girl was in there. I was like, would it be okay if I took some photos? And she was like, yeah, it's fine as long as you don't touch any of the cars or whatever. And I think why she would think I would go and touch them, but I respected that, and that was fine. I went and took a few photos, and this is one of the ones. This is probably just one of them that came out pretty good, and I edited it to taste basically. And there were some other cars there too that I took photos of those, but I kind of just take one out of that whole series and just take the best one that I think will do the best and just kind of use that, and that's what I did here. And that's a real simple photo. The next photo was, I don't even know where this was. I think I was behind some type of, I went on a walk on a trail, I think, and then I was behind a plaza, and sometimes I go back there just to see what kind of photos I can get depending on the way the light is hitting, what time of day it is, and what the situation is. And so I was behind there, and this is just a scene that I saw, and I just said, hey, this might be okay. And it's okay. No, it's not the greatest because the shadows don't really show up too much on this one. I like the kind of shadow on the door handle mostly, and then maybe up at the left where the shadow of the those lights are on top of that door. Maybe that's okay. But it's an okay scene, it had a good theme with the color on it, and I kind of increased the contrast a little bit just to kind of make those shadows pop out just a little bit. And you can see those are pretty hard shadows, and the way the light is angling down, you can kind of see that and get an idea. It's very high, I don't know, 2:30 time in the day where a lot of people don't like to shoot during that day, but I do. I think that's where I get some of my best shots. But that's just an okay scene. There's a bike is there, and it just looks okay with the color, and it's kind of a cohesive theme because of the color. And the next one, I kind of didn't want to even show this one because it's not that great. There was more to this, but I edited and I cropped it. At the top right, you can see like there's these tree branches, and they were casting a shadow on that wall because it's such a high angle. And then at the very bottom, towards the middle, you can see that, I don't know what to say, that's like a pillar. There was more of those in a row, like at a gate pillar. And I wanted to incorporate those into the picture, but I had a hard time because just of the angle I was at, and I just couldn't incorporate them. But I just kind of did a bad edit and just did what I could with it, and it didn't turn out that great. I kind of don't want to even show this photo. So I'm just gonna skip over it. The shadows didn't come out that great the way that I wanted them to. So the next photo, I was walking in between some buildings and in an alley or whatever, and it was gated. It was like a gated, you can't actually go down the alley, but I was just walking on the sidewalk, and you can see in between the buildings and in the gate, the gate is casting a shadow. And then I saw some parking cones in there, and the way the gate was casting shadows into that little section of light, just took a photo with a high angle with that angle is pretty steep. So I don't know, it looks okay. It looks pretty cool with the high contrast situation, and just took a shot, and I thought it was okay. It's a little bit artistic. It's not my best work, but it looks okay. And the next one, I was walking, I had my car, put my car in the shop, and I walked home. And as I was walking home, I was taking photos, and this is like a storage facility, and it's at like two gates to the right and to the left, and this is the one to the left. I just kind of got up in there and took a photo. I took multiple other photos, but this is the one that I thought was best. I edited it to taste, and that's what I came out with. The angle of the lines on there just looked okay to me. I thought it was something that has some potential. The next one, I think it's the same photo walk. I was walking out of a gas station or around a gas station, and there was like I want to say it's like some sort of tank of propane or something in there. And the way the light was going through and the shadows and the cage, it was casting a shadow of the cage onto the wall. I took a couple different looking pictures, and this one was the one I thought would be okay. I kind of don't like the gap between the shadow of the tank and that rail right there, because there's like that gap. But it's okay. It's just an idea, and I thought it looked okay. And I like the lines on it, and the proportions look good, and it's a kind of a landscape photo, which isn't my favorite, but you know, it gets the job done. It looks decent. I'm happy with the way that came out. And these are all edited, by the way, if you can't tell. And then the last one I want to show is it's a mailbox, I think. And I edited this one. It was a little bit wider, and I just kind of wanted to just show what I thought was important. So I cropped it, and I just got that crossing section of the shadow landing on that mailbox, and then you can see in the background the railing and the shadows of the railings on that too. So I kind of think that's all I have right now. Like I said, I've not been shooting a lot because the weather has just been not cooperating recently, but I still kind of want to get a video out there to share with you people, and share my ideas and what I'm doing. And if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, let me know. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, and all that good stuff. It's John Dominique, aka Prize Pictures. Peace.